Alright, so here's a very quick video. This is my Blade 450. I've done a couple of things to it. I'll just go over it quickly. First of all, the carbon fiber parts that I have on here, I tried to paint there's two different paints that I've been using. Is this aluminum non-buffing? No, it's aluminum buffing model masters paint. It's like a lacquer, but it's really meant for plastic models. I painted on the vertical stabilizer. You can see the reflections coming off of it. It really does look like aluminum plate. It's as close as you're going to get to chrome plating without spending a fortune or actually having a part chrome plated. So you can see the comparison between the aluminum tail and the vertical stabilizer and the tail rotor blades, which are also painted with the same thing. And shoot up my tips. I don't know where I did that. I think I was flying over rocky ground and I landed it. I think I didn't have a tail strike. I can't because I have a carbon fiber tail vertical stabilizer on here now. That's a mystery. I'm trying to figure that out. Unless I hit a rock. The horizontal stabilizer is Orion Silver. Now the main rotor blades on here, the male rotor blades, these blades, I just wanted to paint them to make them balanced because the one blade was left over from I had two blades that were left over from a crashed or damaged pair of blades. These were good still, but the blade brand name blades are not consistent. If you get one set of blades and then you get another set of blades, they're not going to weigh exactly the same down to a gram. I mean, they were like 6 grams off. And so I decided to use paint to balance them instead of masking tape. So I used aluminum silver metallic spray, good stuff, not the cheap stuff. And then I used clear gloss. There's the clear gloss. There's the aluminum spray right there. I didn't wet sand it or polish it. You could see all the orange peel in it. The other side, I just wanted to, I wet sanded it, polished it, and I gave it a shot of that aluminizing, buffing paint. But that stuff really needs to be put on a smooth surface to get the best effect. I mean, it's really only made for plastic models, so it didn't come out perfect, but it does look like it's aluminum. Anyway, I decided there's nothing wrong with those blades. I just decided to paint with this paint color called Orion Silver Metallic. Now this is the regular Orion Silver Metallic. This isn't the fine Orion Silver. And there is urethane paint on there, and it is wet sanded and polished. But I'm having a problem getting to get a nice video of the reflection of the paint. I think it's the camera. That light is just really glaring. But trust me, these blades, yeah, it's really hard to see in the reflection in here. Light's just bouncing everywhere. Even if I put my hand over it, it is like a sheet of glass. It's just that it's so bright. Okay, there's the light right now. Now you can see my hand reflecting off of it. It just really wants to reflect the light. But it's like a sheet of glass. I also threw in some lavender pearl, so that should look actually pretty cool. You can see it if you look at it just right. The side of the canopy I also painted too, and I gave it a shot of clear coat. I put a lot of pearl in there for some reason, and I had leftover clear coat. I wasn't going to clear coat the fuselage yet or the canopy. I just decided to go ahead and do it, and I never masked off the red because I plan to paint the red over, and some of the pearl got on the red, and you could really see it. The darker the color, the better the pearl shows up. Like right over there, you could see how the canopy looks a little purple. So I'm actually thinking, when I made a small order of some small quantity paints. When I get them, I'm thinking about just doing a canopy, the black part with the lavender pearls that'll make it look purple. I want to airbrush this whole canopy. I want to get rid of all this shit. I hate this shit. I want it to just be yellow and red. Simple. That's it. No, I was going to paint some flames on it, but no flames. Just yellow in the middle and red, just like you see it right now, except without all this silly stuff. I might keep this stripe right here. I might make that stripe go a little bit wider, like it's falling back from the canopy. The decals, I could pull them off and probably put them back on when I get done. But anyway, I'm just messing around with different ideas. I could actually paint candies over this, like clear, transparent candies, and it'll give it like a, you know, it'll be like the rotor blade. I could actually do one side of the rotor blade purple, candy purple, and then the other side of the rotor blade candy apple red. So when you're doing your 3D flying, when you have the helicopter hitting the sun and it's got the purple, you'll see purple. You'll see a purple arc for your rotor blades, and when you go to the other side of the helicopter, you'll see a red arc. So that should be pretty interesting for you guys that fly 3D. Right now, I'm just a beginner helicopter pilot, so I'm not even interested. There's a nice shot of the reflection. I'm not really even that interested in flying 3D. I just really want to fly scale. I just like helicopters. I got stuck because it's been a very windy winter here in Florida, so I couldn't fly my airplane since like last October or November. Not even that. It was like late summer, September. It got windy and it just stayed windy, and I couldn't fly. So I got myself a couple of micro little helicopters, and I could fly those indoors all day long. Then I decided to get into the bigger helicopters. There's a nice shot of the vertical stabilizer with the buffing aluminum plate. And that's about as best as you're going to get. That's the closest you're going to get without plating anything. You can actually see a mirror reflection of the tail casing and the tail boom in the stabilizer. And you got to see the sun hitting off of this stuff. That's incredible when the sun hits off of it. But anyway, I'm going to make this video short. I just made another video. I had a problem downloading it. I think I made it too long. There's not really much more to go over. I'm planning to do a little bit more painting. I'll do it with all due reality or whatever. What the hell am I trying to say? I'm getting tired. I could just get a new frame for this, and I could get a tail boom. I could actually pretty much paint the whole helicopter silver if I wanted to. I could even actually paint the gears. Not the white part of the gears because that's just going to come off, but I could paint the gears themselves like red. I could do anything I want. The important thing is with the urethanes is to use they have a plastic adhesion promoter, and you put that on with an airbrush. I recommend using a fine airbrush for that, like a Badger Chrome is a nice airbrush for applying that stuff. And then I used a heavier 0.5 millimeter nozzle for the metallic flake. There's a nice shot of the reflection of the blades. Yeah, there it is. You see it. The fluorescent light in the garage. It's like a sheet of glass. These things are going to look so awesome in the sun. I'm going to spool this thing up first thing in the morning in my driveway. Just see the sun reflecting off the rotor blades. This paint really pops in the sunlight. It really does. It might actually be a bit too much. It's a good thing I don't do 3D because I don't know if you want this thing coming at you like in the sky and you see that silver, it'll blind you. There's another shot of the canopy. That looks really cool. I just gave it a light mist of the Orion silver. But you have to use the adhesion promoter. If I just sprayed it right over this plastic, it would scrape right off. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. I guess I'll kill it. Well, that's the helicopter. Thanks for watching.